Hello everyone, welcome to s0na Says. Today we're going to be talking about the double teleport comp. Now, we're going to look at a game between Fnatic and s0na, actually the first game of the quarterfinals that was held at Worlds just a couple of months ago, and we're going to see how Fnatic are able to use their double teleport comp to eventually win them the game. So let's get straight into this, guys. So, I know what you're thinking, guys. You're thinking, s0na, we know what a double teleport composition is. You just have to have 2 teleports on your team. But how do we make it work for us? I think there are 4 main points that you need to make a double teleport composition work for your team. Firstly, you need 2 teleports. Usually you'll take 1 on your top laner and 1 in your mid laner. You don't really want to sacrifice those s0na spells in the bottom lane. So a teleport on your top laner and a teleport on your mid laner. Now what you're thinking is, s0na, if we take teleports on both of those, we lose out on those aggressive summoner spells, the ignites, the exhaust that you can put on those 2 lanes. Yes, you do, and that's why it's very important that you pick the right champions for the roles. In mid lane, you want a champion who's got a lot of sustained damage. Here we see Fnatic have picked someone like Kassadin, Null Sphere, Force Pulse, Riftwalk. Lets him get off a lot of damage in fights while still staying very, very safe. You can jump in and out of the fight as much as you want. Also, you could pick someone like Fizz if you wanted to. With the Playful Trickster, with the Seastone Trident and that Urchin Strike, you'll be able to jump around the fights and have a lot of mobility as well. In the top lane, you're probably looking for someone with a good AoE clear. You want to push that lane up into the opposing tower and then use your teleport to gank bot lane early game, or come into mid lane or force a dragon fight, but you need to be able to push that lane really quickly. So you're looking at people like, we see Fnatic here picked Lissandra, really good clear with that Frost Shard and with the Ring of Frost as well. Renekton's very good with the Cold and Meek. Rumble can be good with the Flame Spitter as well. Kennen puts off a little bit of sustained damage as well, especially if you use that Electric Surge to get some damage down on the minions. You can clear waves relatively quickly with him. People that you don't want to be picking, people who haven't got great clear. Shen is nice to run teleport on because you can stand united down into your bottom lane, then teleport back up into your tower and save it, but he doesn't really work in a double teleport comp. You need a bit more damage than that, and you need a bit more AoE clear than that. So Shen is okay. You don't really want to be picking up on people who are a bit weaker than that. Lee Sin doesn't really work with a teleport comp, especially if you play Lee Sin top lane, just because he doesn't quite have enough damage. His AoE clear is okay with the Tempest and Cripple, but you really want to be running Ignite or something on Lee Sin. It's the same for mid laners. Ahri, yes, you can use teleport on her, but since her recent nerfs, she kind of relies on Ignite as well. It's nice for her to be able to have that bit of extra burst. Zed as well, Ignite is so strong on him, you want to be able to use that to win you fights in the mid lane. The last thing that you'll need for a good teleport comp is a gank-heavy jungler. Someone like Zac or Jarvan. They're really, really strong at getting those early ganks off because, as we said before, with double teleport, you're sacrificing those summoner spells, so you're going to be weaker in lane. Here we see that Fnatic have run Jarvan, and we'll see how well that works out for them in just a little bit. So here we are, guys, about 6.5 minutes into this game, and we see that no first blood has gone down yet. No towers have been taken down either. Sneaky Elimination are fighting against Puzu and Yellowstar in the top lane, and Yellowstar's actually got across to put a sapling near the base for the C9 team, giving them a bit of vision there. Lemon Nation actually just run out of vision and doesn't have any wards in his inventory. He's yet to go back and buy any more. So what we'll see is Lemon Nation about to get caught out by this Cyanide, Puzu and Yellowstar team. And because Cyanide's such a gank-heavy jungler, he's going to be able to get this kill really easy. So here comes the Grasp Mutes from Yellowstar. There's the jump across the wall by Cyanide, and Puzu picks up first blood. And what we see here is the strength of having a gank-heavy jungler. He didn't even have to gank one of the lanes that had teleport. He allowed his team to get ahead by putting that early map pressure down. Up until this point, we haven't seen any real ganks from the C9 team, and they haven't been able to secure a tower either. So by getting his team ahead in lane, he's able to snowball them into that map objective holding phase where they have those 2 teleports and can split push if they want to. So the next part of this game that we're going to look at is the team fight here at Dragon between Fnatic and C9. And what we'll see is the ability of s0na to be able to get down into this Dragon from top lane really quickly with his teleport. The good thing for C9, however, is though they have that stand united on Shen, so he can follow s0na down if he decides to go down. So we see a bit of posturing around Dragon here. Xpeke getting pushed back to his tower, and that is the signal for s0na to go and try and take that Dragon. They pushed Xpeke back. He's not going to be able to get there as quickly as he'd like. We see s0na starting to back off in this top lane, and they have started this Dragon. Now s0na is going to try and jump in and get the smite steal on it, and what we'll see is Meteos actually being able to take it away from him with that little bit of extra damage. Puzu's engaging from the side. Yellowstar gets knocked down, and s0na teleports into that bush, locking High out of the side of the fight. He gets ultimate, and High goes down really quickly. However, Yellowstar has already gone down, and now Xpeke tries to jump into the back, gets caught in that cocoon, and he's gonna be able to take down Sneaky, but gets taken down himself. It actually turns out to be a 3-for-2 trade here for Fnatic. Yes, they lost the Dragon. That's something that you can't really help with the Smite Wars happening. You can't really judge whether or not you're going to get Dragon. s0na manages to escape from this, and just showing the strength that s0na's had there, being able to get into the back line, teleport into that ward, and lock High out of the fight. Really nicely done by him, and what we're going to see in the next fight is how sometimes teleports can backfire against you. So what we see here is Kassadin, that's Xpeke, is going to teleport onto his tower, thinking that he can save it, but doesn't actually manage to play the minions as well as he thought he would, and High and Meteos are able to take it down. Peke is going to get caught out here by an enchanted crystal arrow from Sneaky, and he's going to have to flash and Riftwalk away from High. High does waste his flash in the chase, but Yellowstar gets caught out trying to save Xpeke. Sneaky gets that kill, they get the tower as well, and that pushes them into a really good advantage. And the main point about this little clip is, you have to judge when you want to use your teleport. There, because High and Meteos were around that mid tower, it was always going to go down. And we knew that Xpeke wasn't going to be able to defend it. He thought he was able to and get away with that Riftwalk, but he wasn't quite able to. During our last clip of the day, straight after a massive fight at Dragon, it's a 3-for-3 exchange, but s0na had to back away, and Bulls and Sneaky are still alive and pushing down this mid lane. They're going to be able to go and rotate around towards this Dragon, and that's where the big win, really, for Fnatic is going to come from. We see that s0na still has a few seconds left on his death timer, but he does have that teleport up. Kassadin's come back up, Xpeke, and Puzu, Yellowstar, and s0na are all running towards this Dragon as quickly as possible. Puzu actually being able to force Balls and Sneaky off it here, delaying, and s0na has teleported in now. He's coming to the top of that top side of that Dragon pit, and is going to be able to push them away from this. Meteos has arrived, but look at how slow High and Lemonation are to get into this fight. Lemonation's actually going to get caught out here by Xpeke, going to get melted. He's going to crescendo across them all, but Xpeke is able to Riftwalk and get the kill. Balls is going to get taken down as well. Yes, s0na get the Dragon, but they lost 2 kills for that. And what Fnatic do next is so vitally important to how they manage to win games. What we'll see is they'll gather in a random area of c9's jungle and wait for c9 to rotate around and come and die. Yellowstar has their oracles, so is able to get rid of any vision they had there. s0na is waiting for Balls. Balls gets caught in the grass and moves. Puzu Valkyries across. Nice Stranglethorns there as well. Meteos is actually going to get ultimated there by s0na. Balls goes down, and Meteos flashes away, but s0na follows across with that Glacial Path, and Puzu manages to pick up the kill with that Missile Barrage, making it a 4-for-Dragon exchange, and they're going to get a turret as well, really pushing them into the lead. Well done there by Fnatic. They go on to win the game 20-for-9, and really what they managed to do was just snowball this ability to have the map presence throughout the entire game. Really well done by them, and hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit about why a double teleport comp is really good. Why don't we quickly go through the pros and cons and talk maybe a little bit about why you'd want to do that and why you wouldn't want to do a double teleport comp. So the main pros for a double teleport composition is you get a lot of map presence. With those teleports you can get into wards, you can go to bot lane, you can do a 5-man gank really easily if you manage to get those teleports down. You're also very good at split pushing, because you can split push, have someone to teleport into the what was a 4v5, making it a 5v5 fight. Lane swaps are also really easy because of the teleport. You put someone with a good AoE clear against 2 people, they're going to do a lot better than, for example, someone who can't clear the wave that well. Also, it gives you a lot of objective control in the early game. You put a Vision Ward down onto Dragon, and you can clear out any ability for the other team to get there. You can be pushing top lane, their top laner has to deal with you, and then you teleport down, secure the Dragon for your team. However, on the other side of that, there are a few disadvantages to it. You lose a lot of lane presence, and we talked about why you need a gank-heavy jungler a lot of the time, because otherwise you're losing that ability to control your lanes. You also that's because of the lack of the summoner spells. We talked about Ignite and Exhaust. You're not able to do as much damage or have as much presence as you usually would. The other thing is you need to make sure that you don't play against a team that has too much crowd control. We saw when Xpeke got caught out, he got crowd controlled and wasn't able to do anything about it. The problem with that is if you teleport in, people can see where you're teleporting, and if they stack their crowd control well, you can die before you have an impact on the fight. Overall, double teleport comp is a very, very good idea to run. However, it does take very good communication between your team. I'd recommend it for rank 5s, and obviously, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on a double teleport comp. We'll be having more in the future. The songs that I've been playing today are by an artist called Grixis. I'll put his links in below. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been s0na, and I'll see you on the Rift, guys.